This is Wild About Utah.
I was in the process of taking a video of a Gila monster in the Washington County Red Cliffs Desert Reserve. It was walking toward me and backed me into a creosote bush. That's when I heard the buzz. It sounded like I had alarmed a rattlesnake, but I'd been fooled before by bull snakes vibrating their tail in leaf litter. It turns out it was indeed a Great Basin rattlesnake coiled under the creosote and warning me to keep my distance. Washington County boasts 4 species of rattlesnakes, more than any other county in the state. While Great Basin rattlers and sidewinders are by far the most common, Mojave and speckled rattlesnakes can be found on the Beaver Dam slope. The motion of sidewinders is fascinating as they undulate across the desert sand, keeping a portion of their underbelly off the heated sand at all times to reduce overheating. These small, 2 feet or less, snakes have horns over each eye. They are often overlooked because of their reluctance to move and because of their small size. Like most rattlers, they are primarily nocturnal in summer, but crepuscular during the cooler seasons. They often bury themselves in the sand, exposing only their eyes and horns. This behavior effectively hides them from predators and allows them to ambush prey such as lizards and birds. Although all rattlesnakes are well camouflaged, none measures up to the standard of speckled rattlesnakes. They seem to be nearly invisible on the basalt rocks where they reside. Out with a group of university students one day on the Beaver Dam slope, I encountered a speckled rattlesnake. I probably wouldn't have noticed it, but I watched it coil up into a defensive posture. I called students over to observe it as it remained coiled and very still. It was entertaining to watch their reaction as one by one each was able to distinguish it from the rock with excitement and disbelief. All rattlesnakes are venomous and potentially lethal to some degree. Their venom generally contains hemotoxins which cause blood and tissue damage. The Mojave rattler, sometimes referred to as the green rattler, leads the way in this category. Their venom contains nerve-damaging neurotoxins. Envenomation by this species is much more concerning, as it can cause paralysis and frequently does cause permanent numbness at the site of the bite. Getting bitten by a rattlesnake can be a serious medical event, but depending on the species, between 25% and 50% of rattlesnake bites are dry bites, meaning no venom is injected. If properly treated within an hour or 2, the outlook for recovery from envenomation usually is very good. In fact, in North America, over 99% of people who receive prompt hospital treatment with antivenom survive just fine. Over the years, many first aid measures for snake bites have been discredited. Some even made the situation worse. It's best to simply keep the victim calm and still, immobilizing the bitten portion of the body, keeping it roughly above heart level, and then calmly get to a medical facility. All rattlesnakes are ovoviviparous. The females produce a fertile egg, but keep them inside their body until they hatch, so the young emerge alive. This is a great survival strategy in a desert environment where Gila monsters and an army of other egg-devouring creatures reside. Baby rattlesnakes feed on insects and small lizards until they become large enough to seek out warm-blooded rodents. All rattlers are pit vipers. A heat-sensory pit is located between the eyes and nostril on each side of the rattlesnake's head. These pits detect infrared radiation, or heat, from warm-blooded prey. They are so sensitive that they can detect the heat left in a rodent's tracks. This adaptation is essential for nocturnal and low-life hunting. Rattlesnakes discern their environment through a reptilian sense of smell. Extending their forked tongues, they collect molecules from the air and transfer them back into their mouths. There, they are inserted into 2 or a pair of organs known as the Jacob's organs. These organs interpret the molecules as a sense of smell and taste. Rattlesnakes are marvelous creatures, important for maintaining balance in ecosystems. They're feared by many, but it's always a red-letter day for me when I have a chance encounter with a rattlesnake in my desert wanderings. I'm Professor Marshall Topham, and I'm wild about Utah and its diverse rattlesnake fauna.